And so that's almost, again, double what the bale size was in 19. You don't know if you want to farm or shoot things. I must admit, I haven't shot things in space for many, many years. I haven't played Elite Dangerous in donkey's years. I think the problem was I did have, what is it, HCS voice pack on Elite Dangerous, and unfortunately when my PC crashed I had to reinstall everything. And of course, when you're setting that up on Elite Dangerous, it takes a month of Sundays to do it all. So, press that button, Barley 24, and load. So, a little bit more capacity, like a lot more capacity. We can do this in one trip. Now, obviously, this really hasn't saved me much of anything because I drove down to the store to pick up the trailer and then took the grain, and I could have used our existing trailer and just made 2 trips, and I've just done 2 trips. But going forward, I'm only going to need to do the one. So this is going to save us very slightly wear and tear, diesel on trucking. That said, I was thinking I could probably benefit from a tipper truck rather than a bigger tipper. This is going to be a little bit more awkward to manoeuvre around farmyards and what have you. But, yeah. I am going to have a bunch of tractors for carting at a later stage, especially if we get into sugar beets. They've always been a problem for us. I guess once this is shipped, we can turn the barley back on, and I could probably hitch this up to the seeder and start laying down the canola. Should be okay. Canola is a very low density seed, so there is the potential that even our tiny seeder can carry enough canola seeds to get the job done. I wish I had a bigger seeder that folded. The seeder we have is about 4.5 meters wide, which is good, but doesn't fold, so 4.5 meters wide down these lanes with this traffic can be an interesting challenge. Anyway, the farm expands some more. We have £32,000 left, and yeah, income from our harvest is not going to be realised until December, January sort of time. We've got the daily income from the perishable sales, and they're typically, we're making about £5,000 a month income on bread, tomatoes, and milk product, butter these days. But all of this grain doesn't realise as income until we sell bread. And as I said, 2 pallets a month. And that's another income limiting choice I've made, is we don't do perishable sales. Yeah, I'm not going to save up my bread till 1 month in the year and sell it all on that 1 month. You can do that, but it's kind of unrealistic because we're producing bread monthly, daily, and people like to have fresh bread, not mouldy bread. Okay, I should probably jump out here and reset. the barley on. So how much barley do we have? We have 4,000 litres. We're probably going to run out of wheat overnight. We got that wheat from just doing what we just did to the barley field. Yeah. 2 headlands and mowed the middle. But the wheat field was purchased from another farmer after it had been planted, so the environmental score on that one was not the best and yield was not the best. Obviously now that the field is ours and we have had a chance to prep it, it's the best we can make it. I could improve the yield by putting down some bees around the field. And I keep thinking about that, but I haven't done it yet. And we could end up with bees everywhere. I think if we end up with bees everywhere, I'm probably going to want a big bee spawn point for the pallets. And of course that's another source of monthly income. Technically, honey doesn't decay, or isn't perishable, so it's not necessarily a production I should have to sell monthly. Similar with fabric and clothing, they're not perishable. You could hold on to them for the best month, but I'm definitely saying for obviously cheese, milk, chocolate, tomatoes, all of the regular produce, if it's not in a silo, it has to be sold within a month because the storage is incompatible with long term. I mean, our tomatoes are produced in a garden, so you pick them when they're ready and you kind of want to eat them within a month before they go bad. At least that's the justification there. Okay, we can take this. I don't suppose it actually has a rear hitch. No. just a weird thought. Hey, how about trying to hitch up the other trailer to the back of this as well? So I'm not going to rip down a shed in this arable yard to make room for a workshop. I think I'm good with just having one workshop on the farm. All of the silos, probably keeping all of the silos. It allows me to distribute product around without worrying too much about it. That shed there is quite long. But turning into it is interesting. What I might do, I might stick this where the harvester is for now, and we'll figure it out later. That looks awesome. And that looks like it's in the shed there. I'll jump out and take a look around the back, see how that looks. Oh, actually, we've got a ton of room in there for that. Okay, that's perfectly adequate. Maybe I'll back it up a little further. Magic. Okay, so John Deere done. Where's my cedar? Oh, just behind me. That's rather convenient. Let's... Yes. Totally big tractor, totally tiny cedar. Again, I think this cedar could probably run on the Massey with no difficulty whatsoever. However, Massey's working. think that's the seed silo. I think I have seeds in here. There we go. Okay. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, where's my seeds? This silo is empty. Yeah, it does take seeds, it's empty. I'm going to bing back to our main farm just briefly. Do I have anything at my main farm in the entrance? That would be a big giant no. Okay. That was unfortunate. So this is where we usually hold our seed. This silo is empty as well. Okay, let's go back to the John Deere. Somewhere there. Thank you. We're going to need a lot more seeds this year, so oh, we'll get 2,000 for now. Yes, we'll buy that. And now, yes. Need to change the seed type, which is select seed 9. That little yellow flowers. We want little yellow flowers. Hope nobody's behind me. That's fine. And eventually this tractor will have GPS installed for just when I'm doing this sort of thing manually. But turn that off. Auto seed rate is enabled. That's good. So, our available tractor is now available for seeding. Another field I would like to get is the one straight across from us, which I think might have potatoes in it right now. So probably not buying that field this year. At least not until it's harvested. Uh-oh, traffic. And that's what I meant by this cedar being a little bit of a problem. It's a little tough to maneuver around these fields. Okay, I need to go in here. And we'll do this field first. Of course, the bad thing about doing this tractor is there's a lot of compaction from the weight of this thing, but it is what it is. Okay, that's lined up. Okay, that's good. We're at about 180 degrees now. Canola is set. Planting is set. You go. Yay. And that looks like a reasonably nice seed bed. I'm going to go back to the store. So with rollers, I have this one, which is kind of tiny. Needs 100 horsepower. We can use the Massey Ferguson, or we can use it with the Massey Ferguson. It's only 5.2 meters. That's the thing. It's tiny, whereas the smallest one is 12 meters, so it's less than half. But it does allow me to roll the fields and get a little bit of income boost, whatever it's called. Okay, so that should look probably that one. Yeah, we can see that's good to go. So this area of field was mulched, this was ploughed, and the stones lifted off it, which is why it registered as cultivated. This field over here, 50, will also be planted later today. That's nearly done already. That was kind of quick. Anyway, I think what I want to try and get done here is let's put away some of those bales. I did put the bale pick collector away, yes I did, which is stupid because I'm going to need it in about half an hour. Oh, actually, you know what? I can move the bale shredder on my own. I just can't run it. I do like this little thing. Big gripe from more than a few farmers for Farm Sim 22 is depth of perception is just lousy. So you kind of have to go for the isometric view in order to get close to where you want to be. It's either that or you're moving the camera around quite substantially. This side isometric view is not going to work for me. And that really didn't work for me. Kind of want to try and bat that bale back to straight if I can. Probably not going to work, so shuffle this forward. That will just have to do. Now, I'm thinking I probably shouldn't have put those two down. I should have tried a stack on top first, but oh well. It's done now. Okay, tricksy stuff. And actually, that looks like it's ended up in just the place I... Oh, geez, that was a little bit close. Just the place I wanted. And Zol1020, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, for new viewers, this is not our regular streaming day. This series is streamed Saturday mornings around this time. And any holidays or days my company or my employer chooses to not have me work, that would constitute a holiday. So for example, Thanksgiving, Thursday is a holiday, Friday is not a holiday, but my employer chooses not to have me work on Fridays, so we would do a stream on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. I do not stream on Sundays even if it's a holiday, so there was no stream yesterday even though yesterday was New Year's Day. But yeah, Saturdays we're here, and if you miss it, there is information at the bottom of the Twitch stream page which gives you a link to my YouTube channel. I do a direct dump of videos from Twitch to YouTube. So whatever the duration of this video is, it will be split into 30-minute chunks and released 2 videos per day to YouTube. Because of the marathon streams on Christmas and New Year's this year, I think yesterday's videos are streamed out to the 8th of January, so the videos released from this stream will not drop until the 9th, 10th, 11th and maybe 12th. So my YouTube viewers are way behind the ball when it comes to how far we are into the series. And part of the reason for that, I always leave a 24-hour wait between streaming on Twitch and streaming and dropping a video on YouTube, and that's because there used to be sort of Twitch preferred if you didn't release your stream to a competing service on the same day or within 24 hours. So I still have the courtesy of the stream today, if I wasn't backed up on videos on YouTube, would be released on what would it be, 9 o'clock tomorrow. But after 2 videos have been dropped on YouTube tomorrow, then all the rest will follow, immediately until at the rate of 2 per day. And partly because YouTube's algorithm doesn't like people producing too many videos, so it appears that it appears that dropping 2 per day gets you the best promotional algorithm from YouTube, especially since I don't have a significant number of followers. But again, as Longhorner says, I am getting popular. I do have a significant uptick in viewing time and figures in the last couple of months, so I guess I'm doing something right. Plus we're doing, okay, let's talk about me for a minute. In real life I am a computer programmer. I am a corporate computer programmer, I'm not a games programmer. Do not ask me anything about PCs, I know nothing. Back when I was very young and a little bit more technical, I have been known to take them apart and replace bits inside them, but that's kind of as far as I get. I am primarily a programmer, and quite frankly, because I spend all my days programming sales order processing and various other bits and pieces, the last thing I want to do when I get home is write more computer programs. I don't do mods. I probably could if I thought about it, but really it's just stuff that is technical on a computer, and quite frankly I do enough of that during the day. Consequently, when it comes to playing games, while I enjoy playing games, I tend to view them as a program. So while I watch YouTube videos of farmers doing real life farming work, and I try to use that as an example of how things are done in the real world, there are aspects of Farming Simulator which are just you're playing Okay, you're playing the game in quotes. I'm not... Okay, you are done. You are finished. There's lots of green stuff. You know, I'm playing the game technically, not necessarily a sort of how someone would play a game for fun. I'm actually thinking about why is... Okay, we can fold this up. This can now be converted back to a mulcher, and we could come back to the field once we clear the bales and mulch this field. Anyway, I'm going to park this here. It'll let us do a follow me back with the Massey when that's finished, which we'll set up now. So yes, I look at examples, I look at the numbers, I look at turning on the engine and opening it up. So I'm playing the technical aspects of the game, trying to figure out what's the best yield, what's the best way of doing it. Oh, the game lets me do it this way. That might not necessarily be realistic, but because the game allows it to maximize income, whatever, I play those technical aspects. Also, I'm looking at, something doesn't work the way it does in real life. However, this is how you do it in the game. And I'll sit down and explain those things. So right now, what we're doing here is we are mowing and eventually baling barley. If you do that in the base game, you will get straw. And it's kind of a useful tool if you're doing, say, a cattle farm and you don't want the expense of a harvester when you're starting out. Then growing barley, wheat or oats, mowing it and then baling it, you just get the straw. You don't get the grain, but you don't have to spend out for a big harvester to do it. Now obviously they're small harvesters, so if you can afford a Class Dominator or the little Deutz thing, that's fine. But it does allow you to say, well, I need a tractor, I need some mowing equipment, I need a seeder, and I need as many cows as I can get, type of thing. I don't need a harvester, I don't need a harvester header, I don't need all of the other stuff, and you're really concentrating on, I just got the stuff I need to create hay and TMR. So, because I also need straw for bedding, mowing an arable, mowing a cereal field achieves that goal. We're playing with Maize Plus. With Maize Plus, there are various forms of silage that you can create. They're all created the same way. You can create maize silage, you can create grass silage, and what we're doing here is whole crop silage. We have just destroyed the whole crop, turned it into a I'm going to call it a vegetable mix. It's not, but I can't think of the technical word that I want there. And we're then going to row it up. We could either come back with